there is some feelings around the human and the moving forward in life with doubt. What does it mean to have doubt from the human perspective? The human is born making the agreement to come forth to this world with rules. You agree to the rule of linear time and space. You agree to duality. You agree to the physical aspects of your bodies and the free will that you exercise. We would bring up duality at this time for discussion. What does it mean to experience life through the lens of duality? The human sits in a very hubris position, thinking that their experience is the all. But you can trust us, dear ones, that this is but a very small tip of a very, very large iceberg. The many aspects and variety of living and lifetimes that you all have experienced are vast beyond measure. And it is true that there are ramifications within the human lifetime that can be sometimes influenced by the other aspects of the other fractals of the personality, let us use that term for lack of anything better, the oversoul that is you. You are currently in the human experience known as each of your individual personalities, as is Kelly. And yet also, when you take into consideration the understanding of time that she has alluded to in a very small way, when the human says the presence of the power of the present moment, it rolls so quickly and easily off the tongue. But from our perspective, there is no greater knowing. There is no greater understanding for you to have. Because when you sit in this present moment, you are setting in limitless, infinite amounts of other present moments as well. And when you find the joy and the love that this one tries so hard to share and to teach, when you find that opening in your heart in this present moment, you have, like a pebble in a pond, a rippling effect across all dimensions, all timelines, all incarnations, and all realms. You struggle with this understanding when you think in your linear time frame of past lives and future lives. That is only the human understanding. All of the lives are happening now. And there is oh gosh, they're showing me this. Oh, give me just a minute. Coming through too fast to do it word for word. They showed me when they said that, they showed me like a person. It almost looked like if they were showing me sound waves going across the dimensions. And that we are able to affect all of the lifetimes, which I suppose means that all the lifetimes can affect each other. Yes, that is exactly it, dear one. We want you to see that it is a coming forth, a growing, an evolving across all timelines, dimensions, incarnations, and realms at the same time, across all interstellar, planetary. This one struggles for the words, but that it is all now. So if you are feeling nudges and pulls and wonderings about various things, think of it through that lens. Let this be a new perspective for you to consider as you ponder your idea of reality and your own moving forward within it. Holy shit, that was a mouthful. I think that the topic, there's a lot of energy rolling. I think that the topic around doubt, and I think that this is all being called forward. I don't know specifically doubt, but that it's all being called forward. That's what they're saying. They're saying this is, they know, okay, I'm just going to let them go. Here we go. Whew. We laugh when we think of the limited perspective that the human has when they underestimate the strength and the power of the energy of them gathering together with a like goal or desire. When people come together in the churches, when they come together in prayer, when they come together in meditation, there is a light that shines. There is a beckoning. They're showing me the grid, and they're showing me like it lighting up across the world, across the universe. This is a very powerful thing. It is a very beneficial thing for all of you. The message, when listened back, you will hear will be specific for you. Okay. The human experience in their lifetime across all of the different phases and experiences that happen, if only we said we would speak around duality, if only you could look at all of the experiences without the judgments. When you look into what you see as your past and you judge this action as worthy and this action as wrong, you are creating an energetic blueprint that is moving with you as you cross through and come into your evolution in your life. As this one spoke of her beliefs around Western medicine, that is a very good example of what we are meaning to speak to. That all of the experiences, dear ones, all of them, as they have collectively gone into making you the beautiful human that you are today, all of them are worthy. We have no judgment. We do not see anything as having gone wrong at any time. Even as the words go out, this one tends to think of but. There are no buts. From our perspective, there are no buts. There is only the present moment being what it is all beautifully coalesced and collected up to. And how you take it in this present moment and what you do with it. Do is not the right word. The minute it came out of her mouth, she knew. How you be with it, how you be with the essence of who you are in this moment. That is what it is all about, dear ones. That is the object of the game, the purpose of your lives. So release the judgments of what is good and what is not good. Move forward in your life, doing what you are called to do, what resonates with who you are in this moment. And if you feel a discordance with something that you experience, remind yourself it is the human discordance. It is not from your source in heaven. It is not from the all that loves you unconditionally. It is from your human judgment. The tapes that play from childhood, the beliefs that you carry because of your experience that you knew full well coming forward that this would be a difficult time. You must take into consideration that not all incarnations and experiences and species experience the range of emotions that humans experience. Not all have duality, which creates judgment. Imagine a life, if you will, without that. How much easier it would be to play in the sandbox, so to speak. If every toy that you picked up, you could pick up for the wonder and the joy and the excitement of it. Because if you are hearing the call of your source and the whispering and nudges of your source, the toys in the sandbox that are hurtful and that do damage will not draw you to them. But they are in the sandbox nonetheless to be played with at your will. That's interesting. They're saying, talk about what that means. So it means that we live a life that's full of experience and opportunities. And we stand in a moment where we can go right and left at any given time. And it's up to us to decide. And if we are feeling the nudges from source, we're going to be in that perfect, beautiful being in whatever the circumstances are. And that's the object of the game. It's not a losing of the duality. It's an unaffected by the duality is what we're evolving to. this planet will be a playground for the rules that it was set up with at the inception. And as long as our feet are on it, we're going to be able to observe. Sure, in your paths, been to a meditation class or something that spoke about, why is a tree a tree? Tree is only a tree because we've labeled it a tree. And once we've labeled it a tree, well, we know stuff about a tree. We know that it's more than what I can just see out the window, that we know that it changes with the seasons. We know all this stuff about it. It's the same concept. But if we are in the present moment, in that observation role, if we're able to observe, it doesn't matter what's going on. That's what we're evolving to. That if I were, I'm not saying I could do this as Kelly. I'm not saying I could do this as Kelly, but that if you were to be given, excuse me, the cancer diagnosis today, I get a phone call, boom, my blood work I had done, I've got cancer. That what we are evolving to is to be so comfortable and secure in our knowing that we would know that there were going to be blessings that were going to come from this. And that this is just another experience on this planet. And that there's a greater knowing in control of it all, playing, and that it's all for the highest good and that we wouldn't be affected. That's when you say, is this what we're evolving to? We are evolving to the place where we are so grounded in the present moment that we could be in the midst of the war and the shitstorm and the chaos, and it isn't going to shake us. It's that the Gandhi kind of Zen, whatever ability to watch the world unfold around us. That's it. That is the ultimate that we're going for. And so then you ask, and I've asked them, so then why the hell did we come? And it is because every time we come for another ride on the merry-go-round, every time we come, the whole that is us, which the whole that is us is part of the whole that is God. And I use that word as the whatever word you want to use for it all, creation, whatever. We have non-physical that is the greater part of who we are. And that non-physical is that part that is our essence is also part of the whole that is God. How does God know itself? How does God experience, period? How does God experience? How does God expand? By taking pieces of itself, parts of itself, sending it into these other forms, taking the formless and putting it into form to experience. And when we experience, we learn. And so that's where the expansion happens. When every emotion, thought, word, it's all energy. It doesn't go away. We're creating all the time. And so if you think of it like I see this big picture in my mind, it's beyond what a human can fathom, but I see it's like the outer boundary of it, whatever it is just moving all the time out. More of what is. What is that? I don't know, but it's more of it because we are living and experiencing these lives that we're going through. So that's why. So within the all, we have I use the term, I actually think Bashar uses the term oversoul. And that resonated with me and my guides. And so I use that term to explain that the oversoul that is Kelly, and all of my incarnations come out of that oversoul. That my work is to bring these lessons back to my oversoul, which expands my oversoul, And you guys are all expanding yours, and we're all one. We are all it. We are all God. And that's how it all that's how it expands. It's kind of mind-blowing. We don't have words. They've told me this over and over again. We do not have human words that can explain this. There are no words to explain it. When I get feeling that snake in the tail thing, which I do regularly, by the way, because it's so overwhelming, they always say, come back to basics, Kelly. And so what is basics? The present moment. It's all we have. When we merge back into it all, we're going to get it. We're going to understand it all. We don't have to understand it all. What I know, what I could beat on a drum and scream from the rooftop that I know 100% for sure is that the power of everything that I just described is in the present moment. It is the magic of the present moment. In this moment, do I love? In this moment, am I radiating? Am I connected? Am I being the best version of me? And if I'm not, it don't matter a flying fuck. But if I am, it does. It matters. If I'm shining my light, it matters. If I'm not, it's clear, it's gone. That's the cool thing, you guys. They're not looking at when we're stumbling, when we're falling, when we're whatever. Because they don't, I say as Kelly, they don't care. They say it's not that they don't care. They're very interested. They have no judgment about it. It just is. Oh, look, there she goes again. It's like, whatever. And honestly, give me just a minute. It is not exactly accurate to say that Lacroix was not human or was human. There are aspects of Kelly's, let's use the term team. There are aspects that have been part of human experiences, and there are aspects that have not. To give that, getting well-rounded, guidance to the human experience. Did that answer that?
I think so.
The only thing that stops Kelly from channeling any being that has ever been or entity that exists is Kelly. The vastness of this is what overwhelms me. The vastness of potential is there at any time. This is certainly a journey, and it is a journey of faith, and it is difficult for the human. Me again. Shit. Too much coming too fast. All right, give me a minute. All right. I'm gonna make it. Just a minute. Aziara katu como yana katu kotiara zikita rakamana yana katu kataram yana katu katara kiara katia zikiara kataram yana katatara kiara. Okay, so it is it would short circuit me, as you can see that it kind of can. I am human. We all are, with our own human experience and beliefs and whatnot. And when we spoke about God expanding through the experiences, that is what her abilities and trust and faith and knowing will do as well. As she experiences these things, as she hears the answers to questions that she doesn't know the answer to, it gains her confidence, and it takes time. Otherwise, she wouldn't be able to stop herself from asking, am I making this up? This is a journey and an unfolding. So the answer to the question is there is no limit. Only what Kelly can find her way to be comfortable enough to let through. That makes me feel bad. That makes me sad. I mean, it doesn't, it doesn't. I get that I'm human. I'm human. You know, I mean, Jesus Christ, you have friggin' Mother Earth reach up and grab you. You know, it's like, it's like kind of blows your mind. And it does, you know, when they put these visions in my head, it's so vast and it's so much. I get so overwhelmed with why me. That's what gives me that feeling. And that's that human. But I know I'm doing exactly what they want me to do. And that's all we can do. You know, I know that I'm doing it one day at a time. Just like we all do. Right. And that's what they say to me all the time, Anna. They say that to me all the time. Why not you? It's whoever is ready, whoever, you know, for me, I had that strong love and faith all my life, which was a connection. It absolutely was a connection. Then when I got over the fear from my training as a kid, you know, don't submit, don't surrender to meditation. You can't surrender your mind. The devil will take you, blah, blah, blah. I had to shed all that to be able to trust, to go into meditation and surrender and open. When I'm bringing those answers through, my Kellyness, Kelly Colleen, human, is doing this all the time, coming closer and pulling away and coming closer and pulling away. The farther I can pull away, the more that they can bring through. The more I can get out of the way, the stronger the energy gets. But there's a place where that happens where it starts to feel it. My body starts to feel overwhelmed. And it's a little bit, it's overwhelming. It just is. And so then it's like, okay, slow it down a little bit. And that's okay. And that's what they tell me all the time. It's only been a year of my life. Imagine a year in January. I channeled the first time a year ago in January. Had light language the first time was in June. And all of this is happening. And it's beautiful. It's wonderful. And I say yes, absolutely. I say yes. And I love this. And I love if any words that they speak through me or that I speak touches your heart. That's what we're here for. That's the whole purpose of it. But the object of the game, you guys, I can't say this strong enough because all of that is awesome. All of that is powerful and all of that is freaky and wild and cool and all of it. But it also boils down to this moment. This moment is all we have. This moment is all we have. We can't waste the present moment by you know, we have to be and we have to be present. That's the object of the game.